And welcome back to Who Would Wins, last of the week of Who Would Wins, although we'll get 3 more through Monday and Wednesday and then 1 more on Friday, just because figured only 3 days left in the month, might as well round it out. This thumbnail, by the way, is brought to us by Teeter Harley-Bell Bryle? I couldn't figure out how to pronounce the last part. It's like B-R-Y-L-L-E or something like that. Anyway, they're the one who made this thumbnail, not me. There, I did a disclaimer. I'm not stealing anything, giving proper cred. Ghostrider versus Alucard. The suggestion, by the way, surprisingly, I don't have the damn thing here. I'll put the person who did it in the description below. But yeah, I'm surprised I didn't have anyone else suggest this. I've had Alucard on here. I actually checked. I've done 13. Actually, no, I take it back. I've done 12 different videos, different Who Would Wins with Alucard. So, like many of them, I can kind of just do them up. I pretty much know everything I need to know about him. Similar to Ghostrider. Ghostrider sometimes need a little refresher, especially because his comic run's still going. The character still exists, so there's always a chance to have new abilities with him. But Alucard obviously is Dracula. He works for the Helsing organization. He's bound to Sir Integra Helsing. As such, he is more or less the most powerful character in the series. Now, here's the thing about this. I actually don't think the result of this fight is going to change whether we do Schrödinger Alucard or normal Alucard. I'll explain that when we get to the actual result. But Alucard has had not millennia, but centuries worth of combat experience. He can use blades and weapons and swords and stuff like that, but he actually prefers his pistols. The Jackal, and I can't actually remember the name of the other one off the top of my head. One is more rapid fire. The Jackal was designed more for heavy duty fire. The rounds he uses are holy, so they are designed to hurt supernatural / demonic entities. He can fly. He's got, he can fly to a certain. He can glide. He can meld with shadows. He can teleport. Obviously, one of his trademark things is his massive amount of regeneration. He's capable of healing pretty much from anything. Now, the reason for that, it's A, he's a vampire, but B, the belief behind his regeneration, because it's never truly confirmed, is that because he's ingested so many souls over the centuries, he has like over 2 million individuals, they said, 2 million-ish souls been in his body. Anytime he would actually die and not just regenerate, that person's soul is taking the brunt of that damage. So that's why he's able to basically just keep tanking everything, being blown to bits and just coming back. Obviously, he has his releases that releases all levels of power. Through release restraint levels 1, 2, and 3, he takes on that leather jacket form, multiple eyes, increases his strength to very large degrees. Though it's just not truly said how far. And something that has Hellhound as well, or the Hound of the Baskerville as it's called. And then obviously release restraint level 0. Brings out his true form as Vlad Tepes, the warlord, if you will, where he's basically dressed in armor, he's got his blade, he's at his most powerful, but at his most vulnerable, because at that point now he has no excess souls to take the brunt of his power. Or take the brunt of the damage, I should say. And he can release the giant army of souls to fight on his behalf as well. He still has immortality, to be sure, but it's not the type of immortality where he will survive against, say, apparently a human stabbing him in the heart with a cross, per se. Because that's how he's been killed before. He has been killed multiple times. That's the real kicker here, is that he has been killed. As he puts it, only someone with humanity can kill him. That's why Alexander Anderson, for all his power when he stabbed himself with the cross of St. Hela, I believe it is. That was the name of it. It was the nail of St. Hela, or Helena. Point being, the nail that actually pierced Jesus Christ. That's why he actually wasn't able to kill Alucard, because he became one of God's monsters. He had forgone his humanity. That being said, Alucard can still be killed, particularly in that 0 form. He can be killed because he's fully exposed at that point. He can also be disabled that when he took Schrödinger's soul in him, because Schrödinger is literally neither alive nor dead. He's a paradox, and therefore Alucard couldn't comprehend that for some 30 years, and then he died. And so he faded out of existence. So, battery power is getting low. You're going to hear that, probably a noise saying, oh no, nope, no notes. But my battery's low. But hopefully I can get through this before it's all said and done. That's why it took him 30 years to come back into existence. Because he had to basically obliterate every soul, but the only one he couldn't obliterate was Schrodinger. So now Alucard had the ability to be both alive and dead, everywhere and nowhere, all at once. So long as he is not, being viewed, so long as he cannot be seen. That's the trick with Schrodinger. If you cannot see it, the thing is both alive and dead. However, hypothetically, Alucard was actually a perfect individual to stop Schrodinger because he had so many eyes. He just had to keep something looking at Schrodinger until the end of time, pretty much, and there you go. Ghostrider, obviously, is the Ghostrider. Johnny Blaze made a deal with Mephisto and became the Ghostrider. Zarathos, the spirit of vengeance, was bonded to him. At night, in the presence of evil, he becomes the Ghostrider. As the Ghostrider, he is highly durable, super strength, not quite like Hulk or anything like that levels of super strength. In fact, the Hulk, Juggernaut, higher level super strength individuals have beaten the crap out of him on multiple occasions. But he's still his physical strength is enough to topple skyscrapers. The thing is, though, his durability is off the charts. Because he's a magical supernatural being, straight blunt force isn't going to do a damn thing against him. You need supernatural means to hurt him. You need a holy weapon. You need a serious amount of magical capabilities. You need to be on a cosmic level, reality warping, that kind of stuff. And even then, there's no guarantee because Zarathos, the actual spirit, when its full power is released, is on par with like Mephisto, who's on par with Galactus. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. There's Zarathos' power, but Zarathos has the ability, and by that extension, the Ghostrider, to summon chains, light them on fire with hellfire, summon hellfire, eat souls. The penance there obviously inflicts all the pain you've ever done on anyone, all back onto you, and then some. Zarathos, that is within the general list of his abilities. He does have some other ones as far as I know, but those are like his main abilities. Hellfire is specifically designated to bypass physical damage and affect your soul. So take that for what that's worth. So if these two met in a fight, who would win? Well, Alucard has a supernatural sense, so he'd be able to sense Ghostrider coming, but Ghostrider would also hone in on Alucard. So they would square off, and Ghostrider would probably rub his bike right at Alucard. Alucard would just shoot and blow the bike up. Now, Alucard's bullets certainly have the capability of hurting the Ghostrider. They are holy bullets. But do they have the ability to kill the Ghostrider? I suppose if he shot him in the head enough times, maybe. That's assuming that Ghostrider doesn't just slap the chain right out of Alucard's hand. My guess would be that, yes, he would probably slap after a few shots that actually hurt, he uses the chain to slap the gun right out of Alucard's hand and start, attacking Alucard. Alucard releases his first 3 levels, and they go toe-to-toe for strength. Ghostrider, though, is probably the more superior in terms of strength there. Durability-wise, they're actually on par because of Alucard's regeneration. Unfortunately, Alucard at this point now doesn't have much that he can use to actually kill the Ghostrider. He could just beat the crap out of him for a little bit, but ultimately Ghostrider is just going to start unleashing hellfire, burning Alucard's soul, so Alucard gets the permission to release restraint level 0. It shows his true form and then basically summons the army to overwhelm the Ghostrider, who, even with his chains, probably wiping out these individuals a lot back and forth, wiping out souls, he will eventually probably get overwhelmed just by the sheer number of these guys. Unfortunately, at that point, Zarathos probably comes out and starts just wreaking havoc, blowing away all of these individuals, just incinerating them with hellfire, energy blast, all that. Ultimately comes down to zero form Alucard versus Zarathos Ghostrider, and even against normal Ghostrider, Alucard doesn't match up. Alucard doesn't, because the only thing he has in his arsenal that could actually hurt the Ghostrider would be his bullets, and even then, at best, it would have his best chance to killing the Ghostrider would be a headshot. And I don't think and even then, there's no guarantee that one headshot from the Holy Bullet would kill Ghostrider. It'd probably take him emptying the clip. And Ghostrider's not just going to stay there and let that happen. So while Alucard would probably put up a very, very good fight, he'd be very tenacious in that regard. The fact of the matter is, the fact that Ghostrider can attack his soul is very important here, because that's why it doesn't matter if it's Schrodinger Alucard or just regular Alucard. Either way, the fact that Ghostrider can actually attack the soul itself means that that's kind of irrelevant. The fact that Ghostrider eats souls is also makes the whole Schrodinger thing irrelevant, because he can just eat the soul, and then the soul, he's eaten Schrodinger's soul, similar to how Alucard ate Schrodinger's soul, basically. So in theory, Ghostrider becomes Schrodinger a Ghostrider then. So take that into consideration. But even then, the pen stare isn't designed necessarily to kill you. It's designed to inflict all that pain that you've ever committed back on you and attack your soul. Now, the soul might not be able to die, per se, but that doesn't mean it can't feel pain and everything along those lines. So a Schrodinger soul would actually be a terrible thing for Alucard to have against someone like Ghostrider, who can actually inflict that damage back onto his soul. So, yeah, and then again, Hellfire can obviously hurt Alucard's soul. So the fact of the matter is here, at least in my opinion, so maybe not the fact of the matter, but in my opinion, the Ghostrider is actually a dangerous counter for Alucard. If these two met, Ghostrider would very much have a comfortable advantage over Alucard and take the win, in my opinion. But who do you think would win, Alucard or the Ghostrider? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, putting in the comments below, let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that bell for more notifications. I'll probably actually just save the next part of the Captain Clash Shinigami video series for tomorrow. Just not in the mood at the moment. So thanks for watching.